Okay, I've got a walk-around video from my 1978 Celica GT. Bought this car on Bring a Trailer 2 years ago, I believe. Drove it home from Los Angeles to New Hampshire, and I've done my best now to really kind of bring it up from an excellent car just to the next level. Don't normally do narration on walk-around videos, but I thought I'd give it a try this time. It's a 1978 Coupe GT. These early second generation Celicas have the 4-round headlights. Later ones have 2 smaller square ones. Prefer this look, but to each their own. Like that name imprint in the bumper cover. Trying to stay out of frame there. There's one dent right here. Not terribly noticeable normally, but if you catch it in the right light, you can see it. One of the things that came up on the original auction was age of tires. They weren't as old as everyone thought they were in the first auction, but they're 2009, late 2009 tires now, so they're almost 12 years old. I'm a British car guy, and one of the things I really noticed about this car when I first got it was just how solid it is, how well built it is, and how well thought out it is. Anyone who's familiar with Toyotas and a bunch of other cars, Isuzus, are familiar with this, but it's just little stuff like this. Lock the door, and it won't let you lock your keys in. Hold the door handle while you close the door, and it locks. Silly stuff like that, but it's the sort of things that make all the difference between, say, MGs, which I'm used to, and just the design and the build quality, and everything else really goes a good long way. Since I got the car, I had these rear panels, which had come unglued, redone at an upholstery shop. Everything in here is in really good condition. The one real fault is the driver's seat bottom, which really hasn't gotten worse since I got it, but eventually it'd be nice to find another cover and replace it. The other thing I did is I found an NOS factory dash panel and replaced the chopped up DIN size hole that was cut in the original with an original Toyota radio. Interestingly, the volume knob is on the right on this. Tuning is on the left, which is unusual. The clock does not work. Everything else really does. Another thing I did is this fuse box lid, I guess file under, they all do that. These clips tend to break. So I found a new one, or a good one, I don't remember if it was new or just good, and replaced it. And it matches up quite nicely with the new dash panel. believe the battery's all that old. It has all of the original California emissions equipment on it. And it functions actually quite well. The only real flaw I could fault it for is if you let it sit for a while, it does take a bit to crank for the mechanical fuel pump to pull some fuel forward to the carburetor. Could fit an electric pump to help ease that, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Generally, set the choke, maybe a pump or two of the accelerator pump to get some gas in there, and she fires right up when cold. Another thing I fixed is serviced the air conditioning. It's converted to 134 now, and added this fan shroud. Technically, I think that shroud is from an 81 or an 80. The earlier cars would have had a metal shroud, but I wasn't able to locate one. Fits perfectly though. Bunch of little things too. I sourced that wing nut just because it was bothering me. I had just a random nut stuck on there. Had the radio serviced, had an auxiliary plug added into it. If you remove the cable,
proactively monitor businesses that to take down any harmful reviews. Small that points to a bigger problem. Restaurants COVID-19.
Building is down.
Axios quotes.
Accepting others is basic to letting them.
Full post scoring.
5 The River.
Monday through Thursday, hear established artists and rising stars from all over New England.
And
that's about all I have. Maybe I'm biased, but I'd like to think this is probably one of the nicest second generation Celicas out there. Done everything I could to really bring it back to a high quality factory stock example. I think you'd be hard pressed to find another in this sort of condition. Reach out if you have any questions.